Well, it's a good thing you don't get points for style because it wasn't pretty in any shape, form, or fashion. It reminded me of the throwback to the game at SIUE when we couldn't make a shot, we couldn't get a stop, and things weren't going very well. But I definitely challenged them at halftime. I told them I don't care what it looks like. It can be as ugly as it can be, but we got to find a way to win this game. We've worked too hard to put ourselves in this position to let this one go. And the effort and the resilience of our basketball team in that second half and that fourth quarter especially was just second to none. And, some of them were playing on fumes. We ask a lot out of them, but every player that stepped on the court tonight did something positive, and that's what you have to have. You have to have the ability. One of the things I talked to them about before the game is how amazing it is to be on a team when no one cares who gets the credit. And that's just like an Alexis Burpo tonight. She hasn't played well this year. She'll be the first to tell you. She hasn't played a whole lot of minutes. But when we needed her tonight to do a specific role, she was ready. And Lacey Hawthorne, senior night, didn't get to play as much as she would like. She was the loudest cheerleader on the bench. But that's where the culture of this basketball team is. And the wins are awesome. I love them. But I'm more proud of who this team and this program has become at this point.
All right, well, go ahead and open it up for questions.
What does that say about your team, Coach, the ability to kind of flip that switch? You said the halftime probably was a lively speech, knowing you, to be able to flip that switch and go on that 21-0 run in the third quarter.
Well, it's just a matter of challenging them. I mean, I just challenged them. I said, you've worked too hard to not go out there and take care of this. I said, this is Lacey and G's senior night, Mallory and Brittany, and you're letting them down right now. So, you got to go out and you got to sacrifice everything you have to make sure that we get this win. And that's exactly what they did. We just had kids make big plays after big plays. We obviously knew that Caitlyn was going to score if we could get her the basketball, so we just kept feeding her. And she did an outstanding job of scoring or finding the open person. Lex made some huge threes down the stretch. So, again, you may have a different hero every night, but this basketball team doesn't care about that. This basketball team cares about winning, and that's why this team's successful.
At this point, are you surprised by anything that Caitlyn is doing as a freshman? Another double-double tonight, and at times, especially in that third, it seems like they just could not find an answer for her. And for her to be doing that as a freshman, I know says a lot about her.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of went through a little bit of a slump, and I know that you guys are going to look at me like I'm crazy, but there were about 3 or 4 games where I didn't feel like she played very well, and I kind of was hard on her. And mentally, she was tough on herself as well, but she's definitely answered the challenge. I challenged her at the beginning of this week. I said, you've got to win Freshman of the Week this week. I said, and you've got to understand that if you can do that, we can get 2 wins. I said, get every rebound, score every basket. And what she have, 25 and 10 tonight. On Thursday, she had 20 and 13, something to that effect. So we're going to hope Parker can nominate her, and we can get Freshman of the Week this week.
Coach, how do you turn a 12-point deficit into a 10-point win? What was the mindset and what was the tactic, so to speak, particularly on a 21-0 run?
Well, we just weren't. We were going to be relentless in our defensive effort. We were going to make sure we were going to let them get the ball in, and then we were going to attack them, and then we were going to make sure we got in the half court. If they came off any ball screen, we were going to double it. We were going to run the passing lanes. We were going to make sure that we contested every shot and didn't foul. We were going to push the ball in transition. And we were going to be smart and go where we knew we could score the basketball. And that's the unselfishness of this team, is that we knew that Caitlyn had a mismatch in the post and that she was going to be able to take advantage of that. And our players just kept going to her. But it's just the difference in this basketball team now is – that they have an attitude that they can do anything. And normally we would have folded under those situations, and it would have gone on to be the same situation it was at SIUE early in the season. We'd have lost the game. But this team has a different attitude, and they kind of have a different swag about them. And it's one thing that makes them special. It makes them dangerous, but it also makes their coach's hair turn gray a lot quicker because we don't consistently do the things that we need to do throughout the game for us to not put ourselves in those situations.
Coach, if we've seen Alexis Burpo at the head of a press one time, we've seen it 30 times. She's so effective there. 6 steals tonight. Is Burpo finally getting back to where she was maybe toward the end of last season?
Athletically, she is. I mean, the COVID protocol is real, and it sucks a lot of things out of you. And you getting back into shape and getting back into game shape. There's a total difference between game shape and practice shape. But I'm hoping that tonight gave her the confidence that she needs. She's still the same Burpo. She's still the same player. She just needed to believe that. So I'm hopeful that tonight gives her that confidence, because we're definitely going to need her down the stretch, because she can do things athletically, defensively, and offensively that no one else on our team can do. So I'm hoping this boosts her into playing her best basketball down the stretch.